What's going on, everybody? My name is Tyler, and today is day 16. That's right, we've reached the halfway point of my 32 straight days previewing the 32 NFL teams ahead of the 2020 NFL season. If you haven't watched the first 15 episodes, the link to the full playlist, as always, is down below in the description. In this episode, however, we will be looking at the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Safe to say the Chiefs had the best year out of anyone in the entire NFL because they hoisted the Lombardi Trophy following Super Bowl 54 in Miami. They went 12-4 in the regular season, but easily could have done better. Patrick Mahomes did suffer that broken kneecap or dislocated kneecap, whatever it was, back earlier in the year around, I think it was like week 7 against Denver. But either way, he came back. He went on to win the Super Bowl MVP against the 49ers, and now they're one of the top favorites to win Super Bowl 55 in Tampa Bay. And everything with this team starts and ends with Mahomes. He's now the highest paid player in sports history, signing that massive contract extension. And the guy, he's the face of the NFL and is changing how the game is played from the quarterback position, given his ability to make any throw necessary and any throw possible. It helps that Mahomes had some brilliant options to throw to, with Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce being the top two guys, Mecole Hardman and Sammy Watkins, not to mention, are two really solid pieces, and there's some other wide receivers. This is the thing, though. With Mahomes now having this massive contract, they got to pay some of the other guys soon. Hill, Kelce, Hardman. They just drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first round. They have Damian Williams. They have some pieces on defense as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that will impact in a couple years. But for right now, the Chiefs are probably the favorites to repeat as champs, do something that has not been done repeating in a long, long time. I mentioned they have the weapons on offense, Williams and Edwards-Helaire. Helaire is probably, I'm very excited about because he is touted as such a good pass-catching back out of the backfield. He thrived in that at LSU. We'll see if Mahomes could turn Helaire into one of the top running backs in all of football. And then the defense, Chris Jones. He signed that massive extension as well, so he's there for the long term. Frank Clark and Tyrann Mathieu are two solid veterans. And there's some other nice pieces as well. The defense is not the strongest point on this entire team by any stretch. Obviously, that goes to the offense. But Steve Spagnuolo, their defensive coordinator, if he can get this defense to hold their own, they could definitely go a long way. And Andy Reid, obviously, great for him. He got his Super Bowl win, something he's been trying to do for so long as a head coach. Finally got in Super Bowl 54. Now he looks to repeat, and he's arguably the best coach in all of football. And when he's got one of the best offensive players the game has ever seen in Mahomes, a great offensive mind like Reid could certainly carry this team. Looking at the full Chiefs schedule, which will be down below with my win-loss projections, there's definitely an opportunity for them to compete. It helps that the AFC West is not as strong as other divisions by any stretch. I have them going 5-1 in their division, winning 2 games against the 2 games against the Raiders, 2 games against the Chargers, and splitting their matchups with the Broncos. But I could easily see them going 6-0. They start off week 1, first game of the year, versus Houston at home. Obviously, there won't be fans, but this game I think will be really interesting to see because the Texans, they blew that lead last year in the AFC divisional round against the Chiefs. The Chiefs came back. They went on to win a Super Bowl, as mentioned. The Chiefs could come out flat here, and the Texans can win this game, and I think that could really change the tide of the season. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Chiefs are going to run away with this game, given how poorly the Texans' offense is outside of Deshaun Watson. But I would not be surprised if Houston pulls one out. Week 2 at the Chargers, a win right there. Week 3 at Baltimore. This game, of all the games this season, is probably one I'm most excited for, just given the last 2 MVPs in Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. 2 great coaching minds in John Harbaugh for Baltimore and Reid for the Chiefs. 2 very solid defenses, some really nice offensive weapons on both sides. Top to bottom, it will be really interesting to see this game. I actually do have the Ravens winning this game, upsetting the Chiefs, but this game is going to be a bloodbath to the end. And I think it being in Baltimore is one of the main reasons as to why Kansas City will lose that one. They'll have to go cross-country from L.A. to Baltimore. They'll go to LA, back to Kansas City probably for a few days, and then back to Baltimore. It's a lot of travel in basically a week. So it'll be tough there. Week 4, they get to go home to New England, against New England. And although the Patriots still have the best coach in Bill Belichick, early in football, last couple of years, the Chiefs have had their way with the Patriots. I don't see why that would happen again. Cam Newton will play a factor, I think, but I do think the Chiefs have the Patriots number at this point. Week 5 versus the Raiders, not much to say about that. Week 6 at Buffalo. This game is interesting given the Buffalo Bills' defense. I do have the Chiefs obviously winning this one. But I wouldn't be – actually, no. Yeah, I do have them winning this one. Excuse me. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills pull one out in a low-scoring game where their defense shines. Week 7 at Denver. This is an interesting one just because the Mahomes injury last year. I think that Mahomes, though, could win. I think the Chiefs could easily win both their games against the Broncos. The one reason why I don't think they will is just because the Broncos' offense looks to be so much improved. And this is the game that will probably happen where the Broncos win. Being at home, having the ability to sling the ball everywhere. It will be fun to watch, I will say. Week 8, Week 9 versus the Jets and Panthers both at home. Nice way to finish up the first half of their season, first 9 games. They have their bye week, Week 10, so they'll probably enter their bye week somewhere at around the 7-2 mark, maybe 6-3. But it bodes well for them to start out the first half of their year. Week 11 at the Raiders, so a nice easy game there. Week 12, they go at Tampa Bay. This wasn't interesting a year ago, but now you look at it and they're playing Tom Brady and that Buccaneers offense that looks to be really, really good. So another game where I think there will be a lot of eyes on it. I remember when the schedules came out, CBS and Jim Nantz was like, you guys might have gotten this game, but we got Mahomes versus Brady. And I think that is what the fans really want to see. This will be a fun one to watch. I think Brady might have a little chip on his shoulder just to show, hey, he might be the young guy, the face of the league, but I'm the best player, arguably, in NFL history with my 6 Super Bowl rings, and he's going to try to knock him off. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Buccaneers come out swinging against the Chiefs. Week 13 versus Denver at home. Late division game can mean a lot for them. Week 14 at Miami. Week 15 at New Orleans. This is another game. There's some really high-octane offenses the Chiefs will play this year. This is another one. And I do have the Saints winning this game. But just the fact that these two teams get to go at it is great for football. You get the young star in Mahomes with his offense. And you got Drew Brees, who has done it for so long at his offense, going at it. And I think being in New Orleans, if there are fans present, although unlikely, the Saints have an immense edge. Brees obviously performs so much better at home than on the road. So that's why I give the Saints the advantage there. Week 16 versus Atlanta. Another high-octane offense. Should be fun to watch. And finally, Week 17 versus the Chargers. Probably a win for the Chiefs. They'll probably rest some guys. They'll have the division locked up and probably the number 1 overall seed. Because I do think the Chiefs will be the number 1 overall seed. Retake that crown from the Ravens, who they lost it to a couple last season. They'll be 13-3, so winning games against every team except the Broncos, the Ravens, and the Saints. But I wouldn't be too shocked if they're 12-4. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose to Tampa Bay and win one more game against lose to Tampa Bay. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they win against Denver and be 14-2. Who knows? It's one of those things. Looking at this 5 most eye-opening games for me, obviously Week 1 against the Texans at home to start off the season could mean a lot for them in terms of their momentum. If they come out flat, that could be not good for them. Week 3 against the Ravens, obviously Jackson, Mahomes, Reed, Harbaugh, just the defensive ones of the Ravens versus the offense of the Chiefs, and even the Chiefs' defense versus the Ravens' offense. Great matchups top to bottom. Will be great for football fans. Week 12, obviously, like I already mentioned, Brady versus Mahomes. 2 titans of the game, the old versus the new. Same with Week 15. Great offenses all the way around. And finally, Week 17 versus Chargers. Not so much because I think the Chargers could win this game against the Chiefs, but remember how the Patriots last season, they had that Week 17 against Miami. They needed to win to get a first-round bye. I don't think that would be the situation for the Chiefs, but it could be, and it could be one of those games where the Chiefs overestimate their opponent, or underestimate their opponent, excuse me, and the Chargers pull one out, the Chiefs get knocked down, and their confidence is shook. Who really knows? All in all, though, I do think the Chiefs will have much success. Will they repeat as Super Bowl champions? Probably not. I just don't see that being very likely. There are some really good teams in both the AFC and the NFC vying for that crown, but the Chiefs are the odds-on favorite, in my opinion, to win it. So, but let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section. Will the Chiefs repeat? Will they have as much success? Will Patrick Mahomes continue his reign as the best player in football that he's done for the last 3 years? Or is someone coming for that crown? Will it be Lamar Jackson or will it be someone else? Leave all your comments down below in the comment section. Thank y'all so much for watching. Next episode to kick off the second half of this 32 days, Las Vegas Raiders. Oh boy, that's going to be a good one. Thank y'all so much for watching. Until next time, have a great day, everybody.